Good evening. Hello. I wanted to share with you tonight something that's come up over and over, and I have a couple people that have reached out to me, and they're like, "You always talk about self-care and about taking care of yourself, but what does that really mean? Like, what does that look like? What is it?" And I find that, "Hey, Amber, what's up, Mama?" Actually, I've had quite a few men ask me this question. They're like, because I think that's something that women tend to do with our nurturing nature is know how to take care of ourselves intuitively. Hey, Julianne. Um, but I've had more and more men asking how to take care of themselves, what self care looks like. And the top three, I kind of narrowed it down into the first one is to pause. And I think by the time something, hey, Mike, by the time we're like, ugh, I think I need to like slow down and take care of myself. Like, I need to check in. Like, by the time that already registers, we are already beyond the point of needing to take that time. We're already stressed out. We've already released the stress hormones. We're already kind of like at our wits' end. So I'd say the first step is to pause and to create that time in your schedule through the day just to kind of check in. Like just stop and might be even like 10 seconds just to breathe and to check in to see how your body's feeling, to see what's going on in your head, check in with your environment. So the first P of self-care is pause and just take that moment. Take moments through the day just to check in with yourself before you get to the point you're so frazzled and fried. Um, the second one would be seek things that bring you peace, not pleasure. And I want to clarify that. Hey, Robert. I want to clarify that because I know sometimes people are like, oh, I've had a long week, so I'm going to go treat myself to this like smorgasbord of food or this buffet of like food that makes you feel like crap or like go out and binge drink or whatever it might be. So if we're seeking pleasure, like if we're going out and getting trashed as self-care, as like how we're unwinding for the week, think about how you feel the next day and how that impacts you down the road in the long term. So it's really not all that loving to do. So I want to challenge you to seek peace rather than pleasure when it comes to finding things that feel good and that feel like they're restoring and replenishing you. A lot of times it'll be adding things, um, like maybe just setting some time just to listen to music that feels really good, or dancing to music that feels good. I love to dance. That's like one of my favorite modes of self-care and release and just feeling good in my body. Maybe adding a bath in the evening. Hello, Mr. Christopher. Adding a bath, dance, taking a walk. After this, I'm going to go take a walk. It's full moon. It's a whole different energy tonight. So sometimes it's adding something in, but a lot of times it can be taking something out, like taking something off your calendar when your plate is just feeling too full. Self-care is saying no, like saying, I can't do that. I can't take that on. It's too much. Um, it might be just giving yourself permission to be still, just to pause, like we talked about before. Sometimes we need to give ourselves permission to do that. Um, might be choosing not to be around a certain person or people or places. Taking ourselves out of situations can also be self-care. Hi, Miss Lonnie. Um, so yeah, sometimes it's adding something in. Sometimes it's taking something out so we can add in the things that bring us peace. And it just takes us a moment to kind of check in and see how these things feel. And if it feels really good and juicy, like start finding ways to add that stuff into your schedule more. And I want to say, I see a lot of women like, I'm going to go get a facial, it's self-care, I'm going to go get massage. And I would say, don't tend to rely on things that are like more of a luxury and that you have to spend money on, because that'll make it make your self-care and that time for yourself dependent on if you have the money, if you feel like you are worthy of doing that, if you deserve that. Some people feel like they have to earn that time taking care of themselves or the effort. So I would encourage you not to find things that don't cost money per se, maybe sometimes here and there, but because your self-care shouldn't be dependent on what's in your bank account, because there's plenty of other things you can do without spending the money to feel good. So we have pause, taking the time to just stop and check in and see like if you're getting to the point where you're going to need to like slow down and do something really sweet for yourself. And doing that through the day, seeking things that give you peace rather than seeking pleasure, things that restore you, restore your soul, that feel really good in your body. And that might be adding in or taking things out. And I would say the third one is pace. And this has been a huge one for me. And this is what I work with a lot of my clients too. And it goes hand in hand with the pause, with the first one. But it's really creating a lifestyle, creating a life that is more sustainable rather than this like go, 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 and then being so burnt out and then having to spend all this time like doing a hard reset or recouping ourselves. I would say really finding a really sweet pace is the biggest mode of self-care. It's more all-encompassing. It's more about lifestyle, and it's creating rituals, routines, things that just really support you, give you accountability, responsibility, really make your life a lot easier. So that's something I'm really good at. I spend a lot of time in rituals and creating this like rhythm for my life. So it just and then in turn I have a whole lot less stress. So and part of that pace is creating time for those pauses in your day. So yeah, those are my 3 P's of self-care: pause, peace, and pace. Just creating a life of ease, and that way that you just don't get so burned out. Hey, Sam. Girl, we were just talking about this the other day about creating routines and rituals to support us so we don't get so burned out and so we can kind of check in. So I think that conversation, or I think we were texting about it, that's kind of what triggered me thinking about this a little more and wanting to share, along with having quite a few friends reaching out, like, what does self-care even look like? And it's different for everyone, but it's not necessarily like going to get pedicures or going out getting trashed. It's a way of doing things that support you and that feel good and that will help you feel better tomorrow. So just thinking a little more long term. So if you have trouble tuning into the things that feel really good and that restore you and replenish you, or creating that time for yourself in your busy schedule, or creating these rituals and routines that will support you and feeling better throughout the day and through life, please reach out to me. That's what I do. That's something that I've done for myself that's completely changed the course of my life, the way I live my life, the way I relate, the way I take care of myself, the way I love myself. And I do the same with my clients. So please reach out if I can support you with this. And find something before you go to bed tonight that feels good. Might be running a bath, taking 15 minutes before bed just to read and have quiet, getting off Facebook, getting off your phone, laptop, whatever it is, and just giving yourself some time to decompress at the end of the day. It's really self-care is just showing yourself love. It's doing things throughout the day and over the course of your life that just show your body, show your being, show your soul that you love yourself, and your body will respond well. So please reach out to me if I can help you with this. All right, you guys. Good night.